found a cloud car. I think last time, Andy, you talked to Aaron Shen, or somebody talked to Aaron Shen.
Yeah.
About hooking him up with a access to the bank.
That was me.
Okay.
We got a tour, so we could kind of see, figure out
Tour
what
of
the
the
race
track.
is going to be like.
That's right. That's right.
Oh yeah.
I think my plan is to go to the bank, set up a back door, and hopefully off to a good start, guys.
Wow. Let me ruin this. Yep. You're welcome.
Yep.
Good
It's like the 5th session in a row for me.
So I was thinking, hopefully, trying to set up a back door that I could then access from a terminal inside the shuttle bay area, the dock where we are with the cloud car.
Yep.
That was my hope, because then the dock where we are with the cloud car has no real connection to our patrons currently, which I thought would be important. Because like, I could do it to like the hotel room where we're staying or something, but then they can just instantly track it back to whoever was paying for that. But like, I think this is more safe as far as protecting the people who are setting us up here.
No, I think that makes sense.
So that was my thought. If I could set up a back door and then I could operate during like the hacking part of it out of the cloud car shop area.
Cloud car shop area.
Cloud car shop.
All right. So it sounds like we're going to be splitting up the party a bit here. So Andy, you're thinking you're going to the bank?
Yes.
Is anybody going with Andy, or is he going? Is he taking care of this?
Things never go well when I go alone.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could go.
Okay. Yeah, that's what
With that, you see Ramen kind of come out of the captain's quarters wearing a shiny jacket. Someone say he needed a face. I put on shades that I don't need. I've equipped my jacket of jacketness.
Cool. And then Rachel and Seth. Rachel, I thought you said your idea was to go find the guys that may have tried to steal this in the past.
Yeah. I want to track them down to see if they had any insight into security.
Cool.
And my assumption was that the guy who hired them was a douche and not pleasant to work with, so they'd be fine with screwing him over.
Yeah. All right, and then Seth, you had an idea for something to do too, and I can't remember what it was.
Yep. I need to find out who the other racers are and where they store their cloud cars.
Gotcha. Okay. So let me look how I want to do this. Let's start with Andy and Abe. Aaron Shen told you, H3, that he has some leverage on one of the receptionists, the administrative assistants at one of the banking locations for the Central Cloud City Bank.
Yes.
And he offered to lean on her a little bit to try to get you some access codes, as well as perhaps a sampling of the encryption.
Oh, right. Lean it.
So he's given you an address. Gosh, why aren't these working? Boop, boop, boop. For It's for a bank location near the central upper level. That is kind of the more metropolitan area of Cloud City. And he said that there's a secretary there at the main entrance that you guys should talk to.
Would it draw attention for a droid to be walking on their own?
I think it's quite odd that you're the one making this request, so I can only imagine they would think it was odd as well. If you were to come in to request it, I would definitely recommend bringing one of your companions.
Is it less odd if I wear a restraining bolt?
A restraining bolt without without your master nearby you? Not as odd, I suppose. You could have been sent on that errand. It's really up to you in the end. I've done all I can.
I will ask Ra. Ramen is good at talking to people.
Good. Well, if you need anything else, ask Eris first. I'm trying to keep myself out of this as much as I can.
Do you have a Jedi sword?
Goodbye, droid. Hangs up. Click.
No. That may have been rhetorical. I will go find Ramen, but on the way, I actually will stop by. Jado's quarters.
All right.
I stand outside the door.
The door's open, and he's kind of just meditating near the back, and he looks up and says, "Can I help you?"
I only asked one person, but I could not find you a Jedi sword.
Just a little advice for you. Asking around about Jedi weaponry probably isn't the best idea, at least in the current climate. Not literal climate. Sorry, I forgot. You're a droid. See, the Empire has been searching for us, hunting us down one by one. They hear that somebody's looking around for a Jedi weapon.
Oh.
Well, that'll bring them here faster than a womp rat on whatever womp rats go quickly to.
I don't know.
Nice.
I've never met one.
Your friend probably does. He seems to have an affinity for that kind of stuff.
That's true. You do know how to use a Jedi sword, don't you?
A lightsaber? Maybe a training saber. That was years ago.
Well,
I was never that good.
in theory, there is programming within me to train such apprentices in the ways of fighting with a lightsaber.
Suppose you're
If
right.
I find one, maybe I could help you train.
That's an interesting idea. Getting a hold of one's going to be the hard part.
Maybe I will find a stick.
Maybe we can start there.
Although I would have to tinker with my programming. If whatever training protocols still exist within me, I'd have to dig.
Well, let's maybe find somewhere a little more secluded before you start digging into your programming. Never know what you'll find. Heck, I was surprised at what we found in you already.
Maybe there's another holocron.
Never know.
Volumetrically, there's space for at least 34 more.
He says, "Is there anything else I can help you with, or is this just a social visit?"
Yes. H2 to find out.
All right.
Honest answer.
Honest answer. All right. In the meantime, Rachel, I'm gonna say if you want to find out about this guy, are you trying to, like, what kind of questions are you asking around to find out about this dude?
I'm
this
gonna start by
crew.
going to like a really shady, seedy bar.
Okay.
So
there are in Port Town. There are a bunch of just seedy watering holes. You kind of find one that's it doesn't seem real crowded. It seems to just be a little hole in the wall. You when you walk in, people don't really seem to notice you because you just have that look about you that you're not from the upper crust. So you get a couple of strange glances, but they all quickly go back to their drinks.
I think I'm gonna play it as I don't want to draw any attention to us. While we were there, is there anything else of value at that museum? Like anything that would be worth stealing?
The
Yeah.
hollow
There
paintings.
were paintings.
Yeah, the hollow paintings look like they might
Right,
be
right, right.
worth some money. Something valuable. A lot of the Welcome to Bespin and the history of Bespin stuff, it all looked like, just pompous, self-promoting junk. But the hollow paintings looked valuable.
Okay. So she's going to start asking around, because she heard that someone's putting together a crew to run a heist on the museum. But then if anyone like asks, it's gonna be for the hollow
Okay.
paintings.
Okay.
And then she's gonna kind of start there to see if like she gets any nibbles on like anyone who's just a heist on the museum.
The problem is, this is my pouring hand.
So roll your streetwise, Rachel, and it's gonna be a hard check. So 3 purple, and I'm also gonna give you a setback.
I would like to use one of our force points.
Sure.
So I just get a boost. Is that how it works?
When you use the force code, you get to upgrade your check, so you get to turn your one of your greens to a yellow with streetwise.
Okay.
Yep.
There's a way to actually drag a force point, huh? I already did the thing.
That's all right. I got it.
Okay.
Whoops. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
So you start hinting at a job you're putting together. You're trying to get a crew together to steal some hollow paintings.
She is she heard a rumor that someone was putting together a crew. She's
Okay,
trying to
heard a
like
rumor.
distance
Okay.
herself even further. So she doesn't want anyone to like so she's looking for someone who's putting
Gotcha.
together a crew.
Get
She's
it,
trying to
yeah.
be super roundabout about it.
So yeah, you're kind of dropping hints, very casually about this kind of thing, and most of the people that you talk to, they just kind of brush you off or just plain ignore you. But a Deveronian after hearing you, say that you heard a rumor somebody was planning to hit one of the museums on the upper level for some hollow photos. He says he just kind of laughs to himself. Are you kidding me? Somebody's going after paintings in the Figs Museum? I only assume that's what you're talking about, but
Yeah, you know who it is?
no, I have no idea. But whoever they are, they're idiots. That museum right now is holding one of the most valuable gems in all the galaxy. And somebody's gonna hit it for paintings? If they even attempt it, they're screwed.
You think security is heightened while the gym is there, or is it always tight?
Heightened. It's never been tighter. The owner, apparently, he's a real stickler, an imperial bureaucrat of some kind. He's spared no expense. Hired a bunch of imperial goons, and I heard he even hired a professional thief. Don't know much about it. Here the guy hangs out at the 4.5 down in Port Town, which we're also in right now.
Yeah.
This is the 4.5, but one of those
Yeah.
pleated bards.
Hired a thief to check his security.
Yeah, hired a goon, a thief, somebody who tried to steal the gem before, I guess. He's a clever son of a bitch, that Grayson. Set the guy up to steal the gem and then ended up hiring him. That wasn't here, though. That was back on Coruscant.
But the guy's here. The thief's here.
Yeah, apparently brought him along with him. Made him part of his security team.
Oh, he still works for him.
Yeah. I only know because I worked with one of his crew before on an old job. Apparently he's pretty good at what he does, but doesn't do it anymore. He's gone
Yeah.
legit.
But I mean, is he really legit, or is he just legit while the pay is good?
I don't know. You'll have to ask him. Like I said, if you want to find him, I've seen him around the 4.5.
Grayson, you said?
Nah.
Grayson's
Grayson's the
the
guy
employer.
that hired him. This guy's name is Gantro. Gantro Dro.
What's he look like?
He's one of them's aliens. Trying to remember what kind. He has the shit. I had all this written down. I swear to God.
You're fine.
Do it live. Fuck it.
I'm seriously. I'm doing it live.
It's canon.
Thorian. The Thorian thief.
He's a Defel.
Oh. That was my first Star Wars character.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Is he a William DeFell?
Wolfman. They look kind of like mix between a wolf and a bat. Real ugly.
Yeah.
Ugly.
Yeah. I know that kind. All
All
right.
right.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Yeah, well, I didn't say anything. Heck, you didn't even see me.
Who, what?
Anyways, that guy who's setting up the job, if you do find him, tell him to run away. Ain't worth it. Only a fool would go after those paintings right now. Only a bigger fool would go after that gem.
Oh,
She walks out.
yeah. I'll leave the other place.
All right, sounds good. All right, Seth, I'm gonna have you roll your streetwise as well. This one's going to be just a normal streetwise.
Normal is 1 or 2?
Normal is 2.
One day I'll remember. Success.
All right. Nice. So, asking around, you have just been not really like going to the seedier areas of Cloud City, but just kind of asking around gambling dens, and you notice that there's a lot of gambling that goes on in the lower levels of Cloud City, whether it's on shock glove matches or other kinds of swoop races, those kind of things. But it's pretty easy to find information about the Grand Prix itself because it is the big main event of Cloud City, and everybody seems to be betting on it and staking credits on it. You find some information about a bar where a lot of the racing folks tend to hang out. It's called the Pod Racers Retirement, and it's another bar in the port town, but it's not nearly as seedy as some of the other ones.
Sure. Can I? And I guess I would specifically be looking. I would be looking less for the pilots.
Sure.
And I'd be. Is there a bar where like the pit crew would go to more often?
Yeah, that would
I'm a real fan.
Right.
I don't want to just hang out. You know, the pilots are just the faces. I want to be like the real people who get dirty and really know what it's like.
The Pod Racers Retirement is pretty much where all of the racing folk hang out. The pilots, not as much. Some of the pilots like to hang out with the crew. They like to stay grounded with their with the racers, while others tend to kind of mix it up with the higher end folks. But the Pod Racers Retirement is what you found to be the place where the cloud car jockeys they tend to hang out.
Okay. All right. I'll go there, and basically my plan is I'm just gonna listen in, try to find out who's on the pit crew for which competitors, and basically ranking them based on the gambling. So who has the highest, who's predicted to win, and then see if I can find pit crew for the different racers, because we have how long until the race? A day or two?
A day or two, yeah. I think 3 days maybe.
2-3 days. So I'm just gonna hang out, and then I will try to shadow them back to where they're keeping their pod racers.
All right, cool.
Cars.
All right.
I don't even have to talk to you.
I'm going back to H3 and Ra.
I made you something.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I didn't get. You see him start to go through his pockets.
I don't need any more rags.
Oh, okay. I mean, we'll pick you something. You made me something.
Yes. And he holds out a little like box that has like a little 3-pronged thing sticking out of the front of it. Looks like it has sort of like attachment points that would go on like an under barrel mounting. Pretty common on most weapons. It is a underbarrel grappler. Those last grapnel launcher.
What?
Yeah.
It's just a room in my ass blaster.
Well, no. You need 2 hard points to attach it. So you get 2 hard points.
How many hard points did I use on that thing?
Oh.
So I have 3 attachments. That's 1 hard point apiece.
Depends. Most of them are 1. Some of them take more though.
Can you attach it to my light blaster?
You can attach it to whatever you want. You can attach it. I don't even need to.
Oh, sweet.
It's very simple. Anyone can take it on, just like taking a scope off or on of a gun. I can help if you need. I pasted what the things it does. So it's an average check for a grappling hook, and then you can pull another person with an athletics check with you.
Sweet. I might have to take off.
I don't remember the Ass Blaster. How many points did it have on it?
It says 4 hard points, but I've got 3 attachments.
Yeah.
And they each look like they require a hard point.
Probably.
Remove 1 setback added by called shots. So I can just how do I wonder if I can just remove it for now. Because I feel like we might need that to escape. Escape. All right, I'm gonna make an attachment. So, what do you call this? A grappler? Grippity grap? Grippity grap it is.
Grab.
Grippity grab.
Grab ass.
Oh, there it is. The grab ass.
Yeah, nice. I don't know. You might have room for it on your light blaster if you wanted, but
No, the light blaster only has 1 hard point.
lame.
Yeah, it's because you can smuggle with it.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't leave a lot of room for hard points.
Nope.
Yeah, so yep. Also, I need you to get me into a bank.
Oh. I mean, yeah, I can do that. Why are we getting into a bank? Are we investing?
There is someone at the front desk who knows that we are coming.
Oh.
But someone will need to talk to them.
You just want me to talk to some random person at a bank?
I think Aaron implied that it was a woman.
Oh. I mean, you should have led with that. Are we
Okay.
going now? You want to go now?
Okay.
And I snap on the grab ass onto my ass blaster. Let's go. I holster it. I guess we're off to a bank.
All right. Yeah, you guys head out and head toward the address that Arend gave you. It's within the business district of Cloud City, so there are a lot of opulent, fancy-looking buildings and architecture. And the address he gives you leads to one particularly white and beautiful building that has a large sign above it that says Central Bank of Cloud City.
Hey, look, I got us here. So what do we know about this person anyways?
They work at the front desk. And
Good start.
they may have a sample of encryption, which would be useful, as well as access to a central computer.
And they know we're coming to ask for that?
Yes. Undoubtedly.
Okay.
Say that you work with Mr. Shen.
Work with Mr. Shen. Got it. Work at the front desk?
I'll be right here. HG puts his hand on Ramen's shoulder.
I open both doors casually.
You walk into
at the same
a
time.
nicely decorated lobby. There's even a fountain in the middle, and it all leads up to a central desk where a young human female is sitting behind the desk, typing away at a computer. As you approach, she looks up at you and says, "Welcome to the Central Bank of Cloud City. How can I help you today?"
Hi. Good afternoon, Miss. I look for a name tag.
Crap. Damn it, Abe. She has one. It's
Sue. Miss Sue.
it's Miss Watson.
No, Miss Watson. Oh.
Yeah. Cheryl Watson. How may I help you?
Yes, Miss Watson. I was sent by a friend of mine, but he didn't mention your beauty, and I lean on the counter.
Roll
I
your charm.
Oh yeah. So I didn't fucking update this, and I ask this every fucking time.
Yeah.
My jacket does what? I just put advantage on charm, so I'm gonna fix it
don't
now.
remember.
So you get the little wings. You add one of the wings.
Yeah, you get a win.
Oh, all right. So
That's the
plus
advantage symbol.
advantage. I'm gonna put symbol, so I stop fucking asking. Symbol. Close enough. Got it. Okay. You said I roll my charm.
Yeah, and it's gonna be 2 purples and a red.
You
So
son of a bitch.
discipline.
You lack discipline.
Among other things.
This is every old man at a bank.
So
So she says,
thank you.
"Well, thank you, sir, but I'd really like to know, how can I help you today?"
Is there anyone like watching us? I mean,
Yeah, you can see that there's a set of security droids standing kind of to either side of the desk. Not watching you per se, but they're kind
just
of
paying
standing,
attention.
Yeah, just kind of standing alert.
I kind of lean slightly in, not within her space, just so I can
Right.
kind of whisper and say, I was sent by Mr. Shen.
She pauses and kind of gives you a look, and she says, "Regarding?"
Andy, do I know that she knows what I know?
I don't know.
I was oh god, I'm gonna butcher this. I was sent by him to
Cool.
look into a very unknown series of
Computer problems.
computer problems. Looking at some computer problems.
Roll your deception.
Oh,
Is that what it's called? What is it
I
called?
hope so, because I'm good at that.
Deception. It's going to be 2 purples and a red, and it's going to be 2 setback dice.
2 purples.
Use a
2
force
reds.
Use a force dice.
And a what? A
Sorry.
setback?
2 purples, a red, and 2 setback. 2 black setbacks.
Oh my
Use the
God.
force. Use the force.
Okay. I bat my eyelashes at her. I'm gonna get stunned. Fuck.
Okay. So you kind of lay and wink and say, computer problems. And she goes from this kind of jovial look on her face to just a stone solid stare at you. She says, "So, you're the ones that Mr. Shen was allowing this for." She kind of looks you up and down, says, "If I had my way, I wouldn't have anything to do with this, but can't let that get out." She reaches under the counter and pulls out a access card. She says, "This is for legitimate business, I assume.
Oh, of course. I kind of park up a little bit.
Mr. Shen may be a little loose in his scruples, but I am not. And she very reluctantly slides the card over to you.
I pick it up.
Says, this will give you access to the central system for debugging purposes only. I
Yeah.
hope you have no more nefarious reason than that.
No, of course not.
Good.
Andy, we're not doing it here, right? You would have told me that before.
Oh, we're doing something here.
Oh, Jesus. What are we doing here? Did you tell that to me before?
Yeah, so we have to access
I
a
walked
computer
away.
here.
Sorry. Oh,
No, we
okay.
have to access a computer here. I'm right there.
Well, I will keep that in mind, of course. Always on the up and up.
She's just
All right,
staring at
droid.
you, very squinty-eyed.
Droid, we must go. Follow me, your master.
Roger, Roger.
And then when I'm out of earshot, I go, where the hell are we going?
To the computer.
Where the fuck is the computer at?
You can see that there are a couple of public access terminals here, but it seems to be that there are no just regular computer consoles out in the lobby area here.
Is there a door that would require an access card?
Yes, there is a door behind her that appears to be locked with a panel. But the access card seems to be more like a computer key, almost like I don't know, the Star Wars equivalent of a USB drive.
Gotcha. Got me a USB drive. Well, H3, I guess we'll use one of these lobby computers.
Oh, there are lobby computers? Oh, great.
I meandered over to one. Like I
And
own the place.
It's basically a public console. It's somewhere where you could log in order to transfer funds as well as manage your accounts.
Okay. I have a GM question.
Sure.
Because H3 would probably know more about this than I do.
Mhm.
I have both regular slicing gear and my data breaker,
Okay.
but I'm a little unclear on the data breaker is real good,
Sure.
but I don't understand the drawback as well. You add 2 boosts to computer checks to slice computers. I get that.
Yep.
You add a boost to checks made to locate the use of the data breaker in system. Is that like a forever thing, or like only if it's like an active?
So I think it's something that you actively use. Let me read the description again.
I think H3 would have a good idea.
Yeah.
If it's a bad idea
So
to
if
use.
you were actively slicing a computer and somebody was trying to counteract you, they would get a boost to counteracting you while you were slicing the computer using the data breaker. But while you're slicing the computer using the data breaker, you get 2 boost dice to your slicing efforts.
So it's only really a downside if there's actively someone
If there's
there.
active security against it, yeah.
It's not like I leave a signature that's always easy to see.
Right. Just from basic computers knowledge that the thing that she actually gave you is access codes to the network, so that you don't actually have to slice in. Basically, what she gave you was a temporary admin login for the network.
She gave me a backdoor.
Yes. So basically, she gave you a backdoor.
Oh.
She didn't look happy
backdoor.
about it, but she gave you a backdoor.
I would just like to interface with that really quick in the lobby.
Yep.
So basically plug it in to probably my hand. And just interface with it just to see what's on it, see like how good I think these access codes would be good for, if it's like a one-time use thing or that kind of thing.
So you think that if you took these access codes to a remote console, like the one in the berth, you could probably fashion a backdoor pretty easily without having to worry about security. And you also think that because you can get into the network and take a look around, you could probably get a full sample of the encryption.
Okay. I'm wondering if I should do that here. I want to powwow, guys. Out of character powwow. Should I do that somewhere not at the berth? If I'm planning on doing the actual hacking later at the berth, do you think there's a downside to me doing like the pre-hacking at the berth just in case I totally fuck it up?
You should do it somewhere else.
Right? That's what I
Yeah.
think too.
Yeah, but how
Yeah.
how noticeable is it that you're hacking a system in the middle of a branch of a bank?
There's always a chance I roll an anti-triumph, man.
Hey, Ramen's all for this. Balls out. Let's do it. I mean, Ra is just living on borrowed time every time he acts. So you do what you think.
And as far as how long you have this temporary access for, you're not quite sure with
Okay.
the access card that she gave you.
So it's
But
probably best to do it right now and get
But
your
you know
encryption.
but you know you do have an admin access to it as of right now.
Yeah, let's just do it.
All right. So I would like you to roll a computers check.
Yep.
It's gonna be easy.
Can I help in some way?
I want you to add a setback, Andy.
Is it because I'm helping?
Uh,
Ramen, I have this. Don't hit that.
and yeah, what the hell? I'm gonna upgrade that purple to a red.
Andy, what
Damn
is
it.
your skill
I
for
was
this?
this close to saying it. All right. And I am going to use the data breaker for what it's worth.
And Abe, I'll let you add a boost die to him if you're gonna try to kind of block the console as he's doing this.
Yes, that would be my goal, to not make it so noticeable, because Ramen has no idea what's about to happen, but he's just assuming that it could be anything from, porn to whatever. So he's going to try to block it.
Okay.
Andy, your rolls are ridiculous. I have 28 dice. Okay.
All right. So that's a
What do
lot.
you even do with
That is a lot.
I should probably bring up my hack book. Ooh, I was real
Save
close,
all
guys.
of those advantages for when you actually hack it.
Well, those advantages, I think some of those are going to actually make the back door, I think. Let me pull up the book real quick.
Wow.
Because that might actually be better than lots of successes.
No, it's true, yeah. 3 successes don't mean shit.
That's amazing.
Oh my god.
Hilarious.
Sorry. I'm moving slow. Special modifications. That's the book I need. That's it, Daddy. Oh, how many times we get told that? That's it. That's how you do it.
That's right. That's better.
Okay. Slicing encounters. That's the one I want. So permanent backdoor is 3 advantages. So I'll make a permanent backdoor.
Okay.
And I will use 2 cover the tracks, which add 2 setbacks. So each one is 2 advantages, and each one adds 1 setback to the next check to uncover any slicing signatures in the system.
All right. Since there is no active security against you,
Okay.
I will say that you can bank that for the later slicing attempt, as long as you keep that with it. But hold on one second. Let me just make sure there's not
Temporary bypass is in the same one, so it adds, each one adds 2 boosts to the next single future check.
Okay.
So I could do 2 temporary bypasses.
Yep.
At 2 advantages each.
Yep. That works.
Okay, I'll have those.
You can bank those for later.
I'll write this down. Okay, you guys remember Call of Cthulhu? The sewer map.
There
Nice.
it is.
It's still on my desk. I gotta clean this shit up. After, I don't know, how long does that take, Dane?
So it doesn't take super long. You basically plug in the access card, enter a few keystrokes, and are able to set up a backdoor in the system. In addition, you're also able to get a full sample of the encryption codes or encryption keys for the bank. You're pretty sure that you can interpret the encryption with these pretty quickly if you were to try to slice the bank later, trying to move funds.
Okay.
When you finish up, you just kind of disengage from the computer and pull out the access card, and it reverts to its welcome screen that it would for a normal customer.
I'm gonna pocket that.
Okay.
Are we good here, droid?
Roger, roger.
Okie dokie. And
Nobody seems to have noticed. I mean, everybody seems to still be the same. You do notice that that Miss Watson is now standing behind the desk. She's kind of rubbernecking toward you guys at the console, but as you start to walk out, she sits back down and doesn't pursue you any further.
That's when Lobot walks in.
Actually, since she's watching us,
Yeah.
I will sort of kind of towards Ramen say, do you think she wants this back?
I mean, probably.
I hand it to Ramen.
Do you need it?
I could use anything for anything.
Well, if you're just gonna dismantle it, we should probably give it back. I'm gonna take it, and I walk back over to.
That's a crass way of putting what I do.
Well, I mean,
It's fine.
I just put my head down and walk
She
back.
looks at you kind of suspiciously, says, "Done with your computer work, then?"
Yep, everything's tip top and ready to roll. And let's slide it back over.
If you don't mind me asking, what exactly was it you were doing?
Should never have gone back. It was gonna let us go.
Well, there was some minor details that we had to just take a look at. Some issues that were brought up by the QR4 department in the B7.
All of our machines seem to have been running fine. What kind of issues were you looking for?
Oh well, it's just small little ones.
Roll your discipline or your deception, Abe, against her discipline.
Oh no! I
just
don't
walk
want to know what
away.
his discipline is.
Another 2 setback dice.
Another 2 setback dice.
Yeah.
He's real
Oh
pissed
my
at you.
God.
Can
sorry.
can I help this?
2 purple, 1 red. Yeah. What would you like to do, Andy?
So, I would just like to chime in very briefly with like just getting Mr. Shen's name out there to remind her to like put that back in her mind by saying something like, "Mr. Shen will be pleased at the work we've done."
Okay. Go ahead and add a boost there.
Okay.
Spin the force! Spin the force!
Okay. Oh
Yeah.
God. There's so many dice. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Good, good.
I winked
All right.
at her.
So with H3 kind of mentoring Mr. Shen in the background. You basically tell her, basically you come up with the thought, Abe, to tell her that, you know, the reason you were here were on Mr. Shen's order, and it was to monitor an anomaly in his private accounts.
Yes.
So in so many words, you want to tell her it's none of her damn business, really.
I kind of look down for a moment, and then I look up. Miss Watson, I may take liberties in my job, but clearly I don't want to report back you've been overstepping your bounds. I just simply want to do a good job here, and you and I both know the droid did all the work, and I just didn't want to admit it. As for us, we're good for today. I'll be seeing you. And I just turn around and walk out.
Okay. She just gives you a squinty-eyed look and slowly slides the card back to herself.
I give her a squinty-eyed look too.
All right,
walking out.
You guys walk out with no real incident.
That's the first time it's ever happened.
Wow. We're so fucked.
There were droids with guns and everything.
All right,
Jeez.
Rachel, you're seems pretty easily able to find the 4.5 bar in Port Town. It's not far from the little hole in the wall you found before. Sitting around the place, you have not been able to spot somebody of Gantel's description as of yet. There are a lot of seedy folks in here, but you have not seen anybody with the description of a Defel enter the bar.
She'll give it a while, hoping that he will wander in. If it's been more than a couple hours, she'll probably go to a backup plan.
You you sit around and wait for a little bit, just kind of listening to just the scuttlebutt around here. And there's not really anything that you've heard that's specific to the auction. You've heard some excited voices about the races and some inside betting and that kind of stuff. But
Is there any like pilot in particular that seems to be getting a lot of? There's like someone who's favored to win.
these guys are talking a lot about a pilot named. They're just calling him the Carbine.
Okay.
And they said, you hear like, yeah, my bet's on the Carbine. He came with the Hut. He's he's got the backing of the Hut. There's no way he's gonna lose this, even if he has to play a little dirty.
Okay. Yeah, she'll file away anything she hears and share it with Raleigh.
So yeah, you hear about a Relgar Kare, better known as the Carbine, and he is on the Hut sponsored team that has come all the way from Hut Space to Cloud City for this race.
We've heard the Hut's name at this point, right? And it wasn't.
Yeah, so you know of a Hut that's actually here for the auction, and his name is Caltho, the Hut.
Okay.
Is
that a name I recognize? It's like a close associated with Gracchus?
Yeah, roll your streetwise. And
would that be Underworld?
Oh, sorry, Underworld. Yeah, roll your Underworld. And it's gonna be easy check.
Which is 1 purple.
Yep.
Getting it.
Maybe they hate each other.
You did so good.
It did. Succeeded.
Success. All right. So, yeah, you have heard of Caltho. He is actually from Narshada, the same as Gracchus.
Fuck that
guy. He's an owner of one of the largest and busiest spaceports on Narshada. And he's known to be, compared to some of the other Huts, he is not really. He's kind of reserved for a Hut. He's not real opulent. He's not buying a bunch of fine things, hiring slaves and stuff like that. He seems to be a strict businessman that that you know of, in comparison to Gracchus, where Gracchus spends a lot of his time, a lot of his money from his enterprises buying lavish things, and from the rumors you've heard, collecting rare artifacts. But Caltho is mostly mostly a businessman, and they're not in the same what are they called? Crime families. I forget what they're called. They're Kajiks or something like that. But they're not in the same crime family, but they also don't have a lot of like intersecting interests. They seem to kind of keep to their own areas. But he's definitely into you know, arms dealing, all the stuff that a you know, classic cut lord is into. But he tends to be more business and less
Yes.
fancy.
Okay.
So yes, you have heard of him. Yeah, you also hear that with the carbine, there's a large presence of hut hired help that kind of follow him around like an entourage. Hired guns, muscle, that kind of stuff.
This is
After a
good.
while, Rachel, you do notice it's kind of late in the evening. I'm just going to kind of speed it up for you. It's kind of late in the evening when you notice that a Defel comes into the cantina, and he kind of looks around before taking a seat in the corner of the bar with his back to the wall.
Okay. I will head over with a couple of drinks.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna kill him.
All right. He as you approach, he kind of looks at you, and then looks at the drinks in your hand. And says, "What's this?"
She sits at his table, puts his drink in front of him.
You got a minute?
That depends. Who's asking?
Word on the street is that you gone legit working for some imperial asshole.
He kind of looks down to the side and goes, "Yeah, asshole." What are you looking for exactly? And he kind of sits back and kind of pushes the drink away that he set in front of him.
Well, the imperial assholes I've dealt with, from what I know of them, is the only reason to work for them is because the money's good. Maybe this one's different. Maybe you're loyal. My guess is that it's because the money's good.
It's not bad. Pays okay. And it's steady work. Why are you so interested?
I may know someone who's interested in information you have. Information you would be interested in giving if you were loyal to this imperial asshole.
Oh yeah? What kind of information is that?
Checking my credits, hang on. How much money do I have on me?
I'm going to need you to roll a streetwise check as well,
Yep.
Rachel. That's going to be hard.
Okay. Can I Hard is 2 or 3?
Hard is 3.
Okay.
I believe in you. Spend the force. Oh,
It's too late. I
Part
already
of the
rolled.
card.
Oh, that
they
was
wouldn't
real
have helped
bad.
you.
All right.
That was real bad.
All right. Yeah, go ahead. What do you say?
I was gonna see if, like, retroactively I could have done like some sort of an insight check on his asshole comment to see if he.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead. What would that be? That would be perception. That'd be a perception check.
Perception.
Yeah. And make it a medium.
Much better at these.
Nice. There you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, he thinks the guy's an asshole too.
Okay.
So,
Got 4 yellows in perception. Jesus.
Yeah,
he sees stuff.
I see stuff. I don't talk to people. I just see stuff.
How
and
did
kill 'em.
you fail so hard?
I don't know. I don't know why I didn't see any of those fucking cameras. I was distracted by the art. Listen. I know somebody's interested in information about this gym you've been hired to protect.
If you're another lackey for one of Grayson's rivals, you can forget it. I'm not telling you anything.
What if
And
the money's
listen.
good? And it won't be linked back to you.
I get paid all the money I need. Grayson makes sure that I'm well compensated for my expertise. Which is making
Makes
sure
sense.
schmucks like you don't try to take the item. How did you know about the gem?
Wouldn't it feel good to see him get screwed over?
Okay, roll me another streetwise, but this time it's
I'm
going
gonna
to
have to
be
kill him so hard.
it's going to be a one. It's going to be a
Poor
one
guy.
difficulty, and
Oh.
I'm going to give you a boost
Oh.
Yeah, he's got so cued in on you right now.
because you hit a nerve. All right.
Okay. All right.
So
Should
what
stab
did you
him
just
in
say
that
again?
Wait, what?
What did you just say again?
He was saying that the money's good. He doesn't need
Yeah,
money. Like,
he doesn't
and
need
so
money.
she's like, she's realizing that money is not going to get this information from him. So she
Yeah.
says, "Wouldn't it feel good to see him get screwed over?"
He says, "Well, now that you mention it, I wouldn't mind seeing that smug look come off his face." So, what are you? You're working with one of the businessmen in the upper level?
We're an independent operation.
Independent, huh? Yeah, crook, aren't you? I was gonna say you didn't have the look of a cop on you.
No, we're not. We're not cops. We're trying to keep a low profile here, but we need credits, so we're willing to take risky jobs. Listen, I'm not asking you to put your neck on the line. I get it. You got a cushy job. You get paid big bucks to make this asshole feel better about his stuff. I'm not asking you to give me information that he could trace back to you. But you're a clever guy. I bet you could think of something you could tell me that would make my life easier without making your life harder.
Well, you're right there. I'm not sticking my neck out for anything like that. But you know what? From one crook to another crook, yeah. I gotta admit, I wouldn't mind seeing the guy humiliated. I mean, I don't know if you know this. You may have heard of me. My name's Gantel Dro. I was once on a job to try to steal one of the most priceless gems in the galaxy. Turns out it was all a big ruse. This Grayson
Yeah.
guy, He set me up. Said he wouldn't press charges or turn me in if I helped him guard another one of his items. So that's what I'm doing now.
Sounds like a real dick.
You have no idea.
Hey,
And the fact
listen.
that he's holding this over my head. And then he has the gall to not even listen to the advice that I give him.
Fucking asshole.
What advice do you give him?
See,
Well,
he
go
knows
ahead.
you're the best of the best. He hires you after tricking you to guard his stuff and then doesn't even listen to your advice.
Yeah. He thinks that he has this all nailed down. Thinks it's got it all figured out. He didn't even listen to me when I told him to put a few more guards by the garbage disposal. I mean, if I was going to break in, that's the way I'd go.
Cena pulls out a notebook.
Yeah. The chute in the maintenance closet.
How'd you know about that?
Did my homework.
You might actually be able to pull this off.
Hey, listen. Not only are we going to screw this guy, we're going to screw him twice.
Screw him twice. How you going to do that?
Well, first we're going to steal the money.
He gets paid for the gym. Then we're going to steal the gym.
Are you carking serious? You really think you're going to get away with that?
Andy's face right now is amazing.
All right, smart guy. If you can do that, then I'm going to come work for you.
Deal.
Well, I'd like to see that with my own eyes. So I'll tell you a few more things here. There's guards. He does have a lot of security there. I mean, the guy's a jerk, but he's not stupid. But like I said, there are key things that he's just not taking into account. The garbage chute is one. There's no cooperation with the wing guard. That seems like a big mistake. He's got his own security, yeah, but when it gets out of their control, not having the wing guard of Cloud City to back you up, that's just asking for an easy escape route. And I've been inside the museum patrolling these past couple of days. You think they'd at least upgrade the security to the museum itself? There are at least 4 or 5 blind spots in that museum where the camera doesn't even cover.
Yeah, do tell.
They're camera.
Yeah,
They got-
well, we found all those.
They got,
What cameras?
yeah.
We saw a camera.
There are cameras?
So many
Wait,
blind
cameras
spots.
plural? Shit.
Yeah, whole thing's a fucking blind spot.
The Tap Cafe? Nobody can see anything in there, especially in the refreshers back there. The storeroom? The cleaning room, which you already saw. Perfect places to drop something, or leave something, or hide something.
Man, I hope someone's writing this down.
Abe, you got your window open?
No, but he insists. Oh, we got it all covered, Gantel. We don't need your advice, Gantel. I already caught you once, Gantel. What a piece of shit. And that other guy he's got covering it, that, what's his name? Burr Naxus. He's the other squad leader. I mean, granted, the guy has a little more training than I do. But I hear he has a gambling problem.
What's that?
Yeah.
That
Head of
didn't
the
come from me.
security?
We're both heads of security. I lead Team 2. He leads Team 1. We kind of switch around in shifts.
So wait a minute. He sets you up to get caught, hires you, and then doesn't even put you in charge?
Yeah, how do you like that? Still holding that whole heist on Coruscant over my head. One of these days, he's going to get his. Now, I doubt that you guys are going to be the ones to do it, but it'll be fun to watch you try.
You should ask him if there's any way we could set up his rival and make it look like there was some connection to the head of Team One.
So listen, this other guy, this head of security. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not asking you to put your neck on the line, but what if you could screw him over too?
Well, Burr never did anything to me. I mean, he's an okay guy. Kind of has the personality of wet cardboard, but listen, I don't want any more involvement in this than I. If you want to go after that gem, that's all on you. If you want to figure out a way to screw over Burr, so be it. And if you get caught, guess who's going to deny ever talking to you? This guy.
Never seen you before in my life.
Damn straight. Anyways, good luck with your endeavors. He kind of indicates that you can go now.
She'll finish her drink and like motion to the bartender to bring him another on her tab.
Tab and then take off.
He gives you a little salute as you leave. Seth, meanwhile, in the Pod Racers recruitment, you've been kind of just hanging around listening to the gossip, people trading racing stories, that kind of thing. You get the sense that most of these people in here are kind of the middle end racing team, but they're talking a lot about odds and who's kind of favored to win, and they mention the big three. The first one they mention is the corporate team, which is known as the Stormhawks. And you've heard tell that the Stormhawks are sponsored by Mandel Motors Corporation, which you know from your Outer Rim knowledge is kind of one of the biggest.
If you guys go downstairs, you're allowed to get parts.
Just transportation moguls in the Outer Rim. Mandel Motors is a big deal. So these guys have money, and that their pods are decked out with all the upgrades that money can buy.
So if they're, whoever I hear saying this, so if they've got such a big sponsor, they probably have like their own garage somewhere where they work on their speeder bikes and
most definitely
their car.
Yeah,
Is it all glass and corporate and?
Oh yeah, they spend more on their equipment and self-promotion than they could possibly win in the race. Yeah, I think it's just I think they're just in it for the publicity, to be honest. But yeah, they got some kind of fancy dancy berth up on the upper level. That
I heard, are the
Go ahead.
I bet it's a lot better than what's his face who the Hutt brought in.
I
bet
don't
they
know
don't
about
let them
that.
up there in the fancy quarters.
No way, but you know the Hutts. They're connected to every dirty crime lord on this floating station hut or station home thing. So yeah, they may not be up on the upper levels, but you can bet they have the best of the best down here in Port Town. And I heard that the Hut spared no expense as far as security is concerned around their precious pilot. Hired muscle, you know, Nikos and the type. You know, real rough fellas. And then there's Terran Razor. He's call him Cloud City's own, but nobody's actually expecting him to win. He tends to raid us in this cloud car. I mean, it's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. You think the guy would actually, spend some dough to upgrade his car, make it look a little nicer, but he is mostly talk, if you ask me. Likes to grandstand a lot. Talk a big talk. His co-pilot's a droid. Probably the only good thing he's got going for him. Computer brain and all.
Oh, where's his clown car? I gotta see this.
Oh, yeah, you can find him easily. They say it's in some kind of, shack on the lower levels. I mean, he doesn't even try to hide the thing. Yeah. He, where did they say he was holed up at? Hold on a second. Let me check my notes here.
I gotta write everything down too. I can't remember it. I don't.
I just had it. Where? So, yeah, all I know is it's down here in Port Town. A couple people spotted it. Says it's just a shack, some little container in the back there. But if you look around, you could probably find it.
I'll just keep an eye out for the ugliest cloud car I've ever seen.
You have no idea, man. I mean, I'll be surprised if there's a worse cloud car than that one in the race. But he talks a mean talk, and the kid can fly. I'll give him that. So that's how he made it in the top 3. As far as the other racers, I mean, they're smattered all over the places. But if you have a decent, if there's a decent pilot, doesn't really have to worry about them at all.
Sounds like they're just letting anybody in this year.
Yeah, I mean, if you get a sponsor and can find a car. The thing is that, from year to year, the Grand Prix is a clean race, of course. There's no kind of shenanigans that go on, except for all the shenanigans that go on.
That's right.
There's a lot of racers that don't make it year to year.
I just watch for the crashes,
Don't we all, brother? Don't we all? Some of them are pure accidents, but the ones that aren't, beautiful. So,
nothing like a Havana gas explosion, eh?
That's right. Right. Pure accident. And the cloud cars are armed. Well, everybody knows that going in, but, it's against the rules to use any of the weaponry. Nobody ever does that. So, which team are you with?
Oh, I'm just a fan. It's my first time seeing it in person. Watching it on the vid's just not the same.
You're damn straight. It's nothing like being out there amongst the atmosphere, hearing the roar of those repulsor engines. Man, you really are a fan if you came here. Well, who's your bet? Who are you betting on?
We're trying to drive up the bets? Or no, that's a whole different thing. Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to keep track of a lot of things. You know what? I'm still trying to figure out who I gotta place my money on.
Well, you place it on one of the top 3. They're pretty safe bets, but you might be in for a bigger payout if you can find a ringer.
Yeah. I'll keep my ear to the ground.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, anyway, good luck to you. he heads out.
There's some new guy I've heard came from off-world, but I can't remember what his name is for the life of me.
Those
He
new
just
guys.
changed it, and it's something weird.
Those
You
new
really
guys.
should
They last 2 seconds out there.
Yeah, speaking of which, what did we actually? Who am I flying as? Did we say?
I thought you did. What was
It wasn't.
I thought it was the name you came up with.
It wasn't Ender Lawman.
Your
No, it wasn't
Nom
Ender
de
Lawman.
Plume.
I don't think it was Ender Lawman because that's what your car's.
Yeah, that's my actual like quote unquote pilot license.
Can you write it down somewhere?
I don't know. I'm going back in my notes in case I put it down.
I'm pretty sure we came up with a name. I'll have to look at the recordings.
What is there a way that I can bet on myself? Because I would totally do that.
Yeah, you can bet on yourself.
I bet 1,000 credits on myself.
Jesus.
All right.
I have a gambling problem. I just, you know. I mean, that's just. All
right,
1,000
so-
credits on myself.
I'll say, how many days did I say since you guys got here that the gala is?
Oh, you said we had 2 or 3 days.
Yeah. Let's make it 4 days. I'll say that this is the end of day 1. You guys can kind of convene back at the ship. Scene is the last one to arrive after arriving late from the 4.5. Did
I
you
should
guys
probably-
also while you're doing that? So I would say, Escher, your day mostly consisted of kind of rabble rousing around with the pilots for the thing. But if there was anything else you wanted to do in the day that you feel like you could fit in, that's fine. Andy and Abe, you guys really only did the computer work at the bank for today. Is there anything else you want to do in that downtime
I'll work on the cloud car.
between? Okay.
Yeah, I actually want to spend some time in the cloud car. I don't know if we're allowed to like take it out because I don't think I've ever flown one of these, so I want to kind of get a feel
sure.
for it.
I'll let you take it out for a test run.
And then once I figure out what the hell I called my ship, I would spend. I'm gonna give 1,000 credits to H3 for shenanigan parts. And then I bet 1,000 credits on whatever the hell I called my pilot ship.
Okay. Let me give you Storm the Cloud Car. Move this over to
Flyboy McLovins.
Flyboy McLovins.
Got 1,000 credits on myself to win. I mean, guys, it just makes sense. I mean, if we get a big payout and then we win the race too,
Big bailout.
big payout.
I mean, if we don't win the race, we're screwed, right? Like that's our.
Yeah, it's all or nothing, you know.
Did that open for you, Abe?
It did, yeah. I'm
Okay.
trying to see.
Brad Pitt did it in Snatch. So
You added in my vehicles.
I did. I didn't add in your vehicles yet. Let me see, because they changed things around. So I put it in the vehicle section of your inventory.
There, I added it to my vehicles.
Okay, and then once it's in the vehicle part of your inventory, it should also be in the.
I entered the
because you
vehicle.
have to enter the vehicle.
Yeah.
Exit the vehicle.
Let me try to enter it again.
But see, right now the Vesper is set as your main vehicle. I don't remember how to.
No, I'm here. I'm in
Oh,
it.
you did it? Okay.
Yeah, I have to like enter it and then
That's
I
actually
forget
pretty
how to
cool.
exit it.
The exit is the thing up there. Sorry, I'm doing it too. My bad.
Oh, okay.
There.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I can get into either one. So
That's cool. That's cool. I like that. All right, so that's your vehicle. If you want to take it around, it consists of a main piloting cockpit where the pilot does all of the controls, and then the secondary cockpit is for weapons and navigation. So
Okay.
if you want to use the weapons, you do have to have a co-pilot.
Andy, did we decide that you're coming with me?
I'm good at that.
Okay.
So yeah, you can take it out and try a few tricks, try a few maneuvers, Abe, if you'd like to.
I put name of my race, dirty.
That's right.
Dirty something.
The dirty something. What was it? Dirty.
This is what I typed, but I can't read my own
Oh,
freaking
shit.
typing. So
Your pilot name is the Dirty something.
Dirty Dasham or something. Yeah.
yeah, that's. There you go.
Your pilot name.
Why was it Dirty Dasham?
I don't know. That's what I put down.
Is that name your cloud car or your pilot name?
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
My name's Dirty. This is the Dasham. I have no idea why we picked that.
So
Oh,
the Dwasham was a creature on the Twi'lek homeworld.
That's right. That's right. Esther helped you get it. That's right. I remember now.
So that's my pilot name.
Perfect. All right. So you said you're giving Andy money for parts, or what were you giving Andy?
Yeah. So he wanted to get some like spikes and stuff. So I'm just gonna give him $1,000 because I say something like, "Hey H3, I know you needed to get some things, and I'm gonna go gamble. So I'm gonna give you this." And I just take half my credits and give them to you, and then the other half, I come back like 3 hours later. Dirty Dasham's got $1,000 on him.
And Andy, you weren't able to buy a computer spike previously, constructed, but with the money that Abe gave you, you are able to buy some just standard electronics that are pretty easy to find.
circuit boards.
Circuit boards, that kind of stuff, so that you could dismantle them, but you will have to take the time to dismantle them as well as construct the spike on your own.
I would also want to look for, I have no idea how this works, but things to tune up the engine, or
Sure.
lifts in the car. I don't know what it would take to do that, but
Yeah, I would have you roll your streetwise.
Yeah.
Find it here.
using a story point. What were you saying about my dice rolls?
So yeah, it's going to be streetwise, and it's going to be a
That one is rough.
2 average.
Oh shit! This is a crazy looking monster.
Hey!
All right.
Look at you!
So you were able to locate through the public city maps and other items a establishment called the Pod Racers Retirement. And upon finding that, which while finding that, you do run into Escher, who is also visiting the Pod Racers Retirement. So if you guys want to have any interaction, you can. But H3, you approach the bartender, and he seems to be like a greasy old kind of sod who wears racing goggles and is cleaning a glass behind the bar. He also seems to be, instead of like a standard like bartender apron or something, he seems to be wearing coveralls, oil stained coveralls. And he looks at you and says, "You lost, droid?"
I was sent to find parts to work on a cloud car.
Parts, huh? You part of the pit crew for one of the racers?
I am.
Not from around Cloud City, are you?
I am not.
Well, yeah, I know some people that can help you out. I mean, obviously there's Honest Grek over there, and he points to a guy that's kind of sitting in the corner. He's just kind of sullenly sipping at his drink, and a few people pass him and kind of acknowledge him, and he goes, "Eh," and then they just kind of walk away. He just kind of sits there. He says, Honest Grek's probably your best bet. He does repairs for most of the pilots. He's worked with a lot of the teams. He probably have what you're looking for. And I guess your other option is the Ugnaught. Pugsley, I think they call him. He's a little bit of a rough character, but I hear he does good work. He might be some of the things that you're looking for, parts and such.
Thank you for your help. Is it customary to tip in this town?
I mean, I'm not going to say no.
Okay, I will hand him 20.
All right, he takes him and says, tell whoever your master is, thanks. He's got a good program droid. Consider it and stuff.
I will.
Good.
I go to the Ugnaught.
Okay. Yeah, they so the Ugnaught's not in the bar, but asking around, every time you mention Pugsley the Ugnaught, the general sense from the other mechanics and stuff are just a general dislike and distaste. But they eventually point you toward a area. So here. Oh, what is it called? It's an area of Cloud City that's near the bottom, where a lot of the industrial buildings are, and a lot of the inner workings of the floating home that keep it adrift. They send you down to that area, where after a few more inquiries, you're brought to an old racing berth with a just really ugly-looking little Ugnaught who kind of scrambles out behind some old parts and looks at you just kind of quizzically.
I have come looking for parts, H3 says after a very long pause, staring at the Ugnaught.
He
I recognize him?
What's that?
Do I recognize
You recognize him? No, this Ugnaught doesn't look familiar to you.
Okay.
He's shorter than Deck was, and definitely a lot more kind of rough looking.
Okay.
He's got kind of an A shirt on that's just completely soaked in oil and grime, and some old brown slacks. And as he looks up at you, he touches a little device on his belt that just kind of crackles to life. It says, droid is asking for me. What is it that you are looking for?
I have been sent to improve a cloud car for the race, and I was told you may have parts to supply.
I see you belong to a racer. Well,
My fruit, my island is yours, sister.
I'm tired of working for those low-class scum. Cocky, brash pilots who come from systems all over the galaxy, thinking they can get an easy win. And that old Pugsley will give them parts and repairs for nothing.
Maybe I'm just playing my ideas to my head.
What do you want?
Wants
kind
a
of
hug.
looks at you and just kind of cocks his head. He says, "They all go to Honest Greg because his business is legitimate. He is human. He is not Ugnaught like I am." And while the voice is coming out of this little device, the Ugnaught himself is making like barking noises, like you know. And he says, "My work is 10 times better than him, but do they want to pay for my skills? No."
I have worked with an Ugnaught before. He was the best mechanic I have ever known.
It is in our blood. We are the ones that keep this city afloat. But do they let us up on the upper levels? No, they hide us in maintenance rooms. And down here in the stinking sludge.
What do you want?
I want to show them that Pugsley, he can provide a winner. He can provide parts that are 10 times better than that of Honest Greg.
Then you need to sponsor a winner.
Know a winner?
I know.
A winner. Say
And
it.
then I repeat the line he said about cocky pilots coming from other planets. Wanting
That
to
is,
do it.
that
And
is not a winner.
at the end of it, H3 said, "He is the best pilot I have ever flown with."
Roll a persuasion check, Andy.
Sure.
And it's going to be a hard check with the setback. But you may use a force die if you like. I will not.
I may. Is that charm?
I thought there was just a regular persuasion. Is there not?
Coercion.
Coercion's like
Strong arming someone.
yeah. So it might be charm, I guess. But like, what's the? Isn't there like a leadership skill? Yeah, leadership. That would work.
There
quite
is a
well.
leader.
You
What?
could use charm or leadership, whichever is more. If either
All
or more. Okay.
I have a good presence. I feel like I should start using that.
Yeah.
Spend it, Andy. Oh, no, it's too late.
I already did spend it.
Okay. So while you're persuading him, he just kind of goes, "No, stop! I need a winner. You don't understand. If I send any more of my parts out to these loser pilots and they get blown up in the course, I'll be the laughing stock. More than I already am. You bring me a winner, and then we'll talk."
Do you want to meet him?
If he's good, and he can prove it, I will meet him. And I will give you the parts you seek. Tell him if he can prove himself in the grinder, I will provide you the parts you seek.
A test of skill.
That's right.
He will enjoy this.
Good. The grinder is not for the faint of heart.
H3 puts down 1,500 credits.
Okay.
So all 1,000 of yours, Abe, and 500 of mine. And with sort of his hand resting on top of it, he will say, I do not know you. Only one who is gone. He would not have accepted this money because he had not taken the job. I am giving this to you out of my master's hope as a retainer. I will bring him to you. And this is so that you do not leave before you meet him.
He slides the credits back to you and says, I am a Ugnaught of my word. I will see your pilot. If he is good, then we will do our business.
Okay. I'll walk away.
Anything else that you guys want to do today before you meet up at the ship to discuss?
Nope. I'll let Ramen know about that.
Yeah, let's see if it's back to that. Just sort of told everyone. Mostly hurrah about the pilot stuff she heard, and then everyone about the security stuff.
All right, so you guys kind of meet up and share notes. Go ahead, if there's any RPing you want to do.
I heard one of the other pilots uses a droid, so you wouldn't be the only one.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the best droid. Guys, do you think 1,000 is too little to bet on yourself? I mean, I have like another 100 credits, I think.
Ra's only half listening to the conversation. He's just kind of sorting through his credits on the counter.
146. I probably could go talk to that bookie again.
We also
What was his name?
may require investment money for equipment.
I only have 146 credits.
There's a
If you gave him 146 credits after 1,000, I think you'd look kind of desperate.
No, well, no. I would just be like, hey, I forgot. I meant to bid 1,146 credits. He'd get it, or she. It was dark.
They'd get that you're a gambling addict, yes.
I mean, why?
Hey, so's the other head of security apparently. I don't know if that's useful information, but
Maybe. No. Do we want to try some sort of sabotage against the other racing teams? That seems risky.
yeah, I was gonna find somewhere to just shoot him out of the race, but there's not really a good place for me to do that.
I think I can find where the top threes cloud cars are. I might be able to sneak into some of them and do something that would make their life harder.
Can we just go kill the other pilots for the race?
That's very conspicuous. It may cancel the race.
Yeah, I feel like that's not a race at all. I mean, and that's me speaking, just for the record. I'm all for killing them, but maybe after I win.
Also, one of them
How can you win?
has a whole bunch of hut security.
Going
I
to.
don't know if you'd be able to get past all them.
Yeah, but it's one of the not so awful huts.
I met an Ugnaught.
Oh, that's good. Making friends is good. H3, I'm proud of you.
It has been a long time since I've met an Ugnaught.
How'd that go?
He will not work on our car
Oh shit! Well, why'd you even bring it up then?
because he will work on our car if he thinks that you're good enough.
Oh, would you tell him I'm good enough?
I did. He didn't believe me.
I feel like you didn't try hard enough. Like
I'm
really
not very
push
good.
it. What? What does he want?
I'm the worst.
No, you're good. Just I feel like you should have maybe talked me up, say how handsome I am.
I didn't see how that was relevant. And also,
It's always relevant.
it's very subjective. I do not find you attractive.
I'm standing in like a horrific pose right now.
He's just got the Captain Morgan pose up on the counter that he was counting the credits on as they scatter everywhere.
Oh shit! I dropped my credits.
That is the same pose that the woman, the Twi'lek in fishnet leggings, had on the magazine under your bed.
Yeah. No. So this guy, what did he want?
He wants to meet you to make sure that you're a good pilot.
Oh hell yeah!
He wants you to fly the gauntlet.
What the hell's the gauntlet?
It's the 7th and 8th pylons of the race.
Oh, is that the grinder?
Yes, that's the
Okay.
one.
Is it set up yet?
I think it's always gassy.
It's always good.
I mean, aren't we all? Well, I mean, we gotta. I guess I gotta test this hunk of junk anyways. So I guess that's as good a place as any. When did you tell me we were gonna do it? Tomorrow? That's probably a good plan.
I think the way Ugnaughts work, agreements are face to face, in person,
Can
verbal, and 100% binding.
Oh,
Rob.
gee. Oh, I'm really good at binding contracts. I've broken a couple myself. So should I fly the ship to him? Do we meet him? How's this work? Did you?
I think you need to meet him first.
Oh. Did you set up a time? We just-
I've only met, and remember, I've met more than one Ugnaught. If you lie, and he knows, probably will not be able to make a deal with him.
All right, hold on. I gotta don't lie to this guy. Just don't. Okay, I'm ready. I got this.
Or if you do lie really good.
Lie super good. I feel like I should write that down. Don't lie to this guy. Got it.
He wants to work on the cloud car of a winner and make his name known.
Hey, H3. You still have any more paints?
Of course.
Do you think you could paint this? And I show the picture that I put in the Discord. You just paint this on the side of the ship?
Shit. What did you put
What
with
is it?
Oh! There it is.
I mean, if we're going
Dirty
at it,
to wash
I
him.
mean, let's go at it. You know,
What are we doing?
The dirty to wash him.
Oh, well, there it is.
it's apparently what they look like. They're fucking terrifying. I mean, they're kind of you know, a lot of people in my home world talk about it. Pretty scary, and I thought it's a pretty good name, right?
Yes. It's very intimidating.
Yeah, that's what I was
Organics
going
would
for.
find that very scary if it ran towards them.
And then maybe like where the eyeballs are is where the guns are in the ship. Not that I'm gonna fire them, but you know, just in case.
Why wouldn't you fire them?
Oh, I'm gonna fire them, but just not while people are looking. I'm not gonna cheat. It's just
Why
like a
would you?
warning, like a warning shot that blows them up, knocks them out. It'll be fine.
What was the name of the Ugnaught mechanic? Did I get it?
Pugsley.
Pugsley, that's right.
Yep.
The mechanic, I believe that he will have superior. There is an alternative mechanic, a human, but everyone else goes to him, and I believe that his materials. H3 pauses for a long moment. I have no empirical evidence to substantiate this, but I believe that the Ugnaughts' materials will be of a higher standard, and his workmanship will be of a higher quality than the humans.
Ra's gonna look at you for a moment. It takes him a bit, but he catches on. Do you believe in this guy? If you believe him, I believe in him. And I pull out my gun that has 50 billion attachments on it. I mean, if you can do this, and then I shoot the grappling hook and pull myself
You're just gone.
through my car, just like through the ship window.
Well,
you see the grappling hook shoot back through and then like attach to one of the supply compartments and just pull myself back in. So I believe in you. We'll meet this guy tomorrow.
logically, everyone else is using this human for parts, which means that everyone else will mostly be using the same. If we have a there's lots of like, I'm trying to build in lots of pauses for each three here, but there's lots of like pauses where he's cobbling together some logic for his argument. The only way we could possibly have some sort of advantage is by doing something different, something that no one else is doing. I suggest the Ugnaught.
So if he's the best, why isn't everyone trying to use him?
He is, in Robin's voice, an asshole.
Yeah, I do sound like that. I like this guy already.
Also, this town is racist.
I've noticed that, right?
You guys hear a chime on the airlock of the Vespera or the Hephaestus.
Like someone's trying to come in my ship?
Yeah, somebody's basically ringing the doorbell.
Visitors.
Do I have like a ring doorbell that I can see who it is?
No.
Damn it.
Let's use a late side point.
Page 3.
It depends. Are you
3 days installing one.
All right, yeah, I go.
It's kind of a calm chime, so you don't have. It's kind of like it's kind of like a Ring doorbell, but no video, just audio. So you could, like the buzzers on the apartments,
They're with their blaster rifle ready.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna answer it. So we're the Dirty Duwasham. Is that who we're going with? That's who we are right now. All right. This is
Dirty Duwasham Racing Team.
Yep.
Dirty Duwasham Racing Team. What's going on?
That's funny. It's me, Eris. Can I come in?
Oh, always. And I hit the button.
All right. You open the door and you see Eris Shen at the bottom. She's wearing just a nice evening dress with kind of a shawl over her shoulders. And she walks in and says, "I came to check on your progress. What have you found out?"
Well, let's see. We found out there's some surveillance gaps. We got a sweet racing team name.
Good. Don't tell me too much. It's better if I don't know.
Well, why did you even ask? Or did you just come here for just to say hello?
No, I meant I wanted to see if you're on the right track. Sounds like you scoped out the security at the museum.
So you just came in to see how I was doing?
And you put the racing team together. The Dirty Duwasham. Is that really what you're going with?
Yeah, it's a fearsome beast.
How about the other tasks?
There is no other task. It was the name that we picked for the ship. It was a good ship.
Assuming you can win the race, and that's a big assumption. Have you found anything else out about the bidders?
Well, do you actually want us to tell you, or do you just want to think that we know? I'm really confused here, lady.
I want to make sure that you're going to follow through on this job.
Okay, I'm good at piloting.
Trying to get this heist set up.
Yes. I want to see that you are taking the proper steps to be prepared. This heist is a long shot, but I'd like to see it go the right way.
Well, one of the bidders is your husband, right? Why don't you tell us everything you know about him?
Voss? Well, yes, I suppose I could give you some information
Let
about
me open
Voss,
my OneNote.
whether it's going to be helpful or not. Let me think here.
So we had decided that we were gonna worry about driving the bids at the gala, right?
I think, yeah.
That's correct, yes.
Or-
But if that is your plan, you're going to need to know a few things about the bidders in order to manipulate them. You seem like the manipulating type. She looks at you. She says,
Good night.
so, can I have a drink?
I'm not wearing my jacket. I reach around into
You're
my
like, "Go get
other
a drink,
jacket
come
and I
back,
pull
and he's
out a whole
changed."
bottle of whiskey.
And she says, that will do. And she pulls out a little glass that she just like out of nowhere.
Impressive. And I reach into my coat pockets and pull out 2 shot glasses.
And she heads toward the lounge area of the ship and sits down. She says, Voss. What would you like to know about him?
How do you manipulate him?
Yeah, what's his hot spots?
I don't manipulate Voss. He's too smart for that. He knows that I'm not quite happy with our current situation, but he also knows better than to close too tightly around me. Though, as you have already seen, he likes to keep his eye on me. Most people who have lived on Cloud City for a long time know about Voss. He's in charge of a lot of the seedier establishments on Cloud City, casinos, bookkeeping operations, those sorts of things. But he also runs some legitimate businesses, resorts, those kind of ventures. As far as the galactic stage, I mean, he's no Hutt, but in Bespin, he's pretty well known. He's a dangerous man, too. Dangerous in that he's climbed to his position over a lot of corpses. Just put it that way.
Why does he want the gem?
The gem. Well, mostly for the money, I do believe. Unfortunately, we're not as close as, well, we were never really close. He probably has some kind of ulterior motive. But just the ability to own such a priceless gem and control its worth on the black market, that seems to be his main motivation. He also seems pretty disturbed about the Hutt. Caltho, I believe his name is. Like I said, Voss isn't that big of a deal galaxy-wide, but this is his turf on Bespin, and having a Hutt encroach on it, well, doesn't sit well with him.
This may be a matter of pride.
Maybe he's just racist too and doesn't like Hutts.
Nobody likes Hutts.
Voss isn't that simple. I'm sure whatever he has planned is clever.
Clever people can be racist.
This is true.
Is he a competitive human?
Well,
Is he human?
he is. Yes, he is human. To be honest, if I was to guess, I don't know if he has the capability to actually win the gem, not with some of the other bidders that are here vying for it, especially the hut. But if he can make a good show of it, it would definitely go toward his standing. However, I have to admit, selfishly, that my motivation is to see it slip right out of his hands. And my father has promised me part of the take in order to get off this miserable place to pursue my dreams.
What would motivate him to spend more than he normally would? More than he comfortably should?
Maybe if you could somehow threaten his regime, his grip on the underworld of Cloud City. I don't know. Maybe tell him that some of his people are planning to jump ship to the huts and leave his business ventures weaker than they were before. That might motivate him to try harder for the gem, to show them that he has the capability to compete with the huts, to become a bigger player.
You tell him, yeah. Hud's ulterior motive is to make a name for himself here on Bespin.
There was also the idea of hinting at a shadow buyer, someone willing to pay exorbitant amounts of money that was unable to make this auction for nefarious reasons.
Right, so he can beat out the hut, but also, recoup his losses.
He may be willing to spend more if he thinks that he would earn it back.
That's not a bad plan, but without knowing the motivations of the other bidders, you may be shooting in the dark. Have you tried finding any information on the other bidders?
We know their names.
Nope.
Got a lot going on today.
Fortunately, Vorst doesn't tell me much. I suppose it's possible that you could get a hold of one of his contacts, too, his lackeys, and maybe get something out of them as well.
You know, we could do both at the
Do you have
same
anyone
time.
in mind?
Well, he has a couple of underlings. Perhaps one of his bookkeepers or some such. I mean, let's be honest, the people that work for Vorst are all scum, so I can't imagine it would be too hard to turn them to get them to give you information on him.
Not a lot of loyalty, huh?
Have you been amongst the underground much?
Nope.
Loyalty. It goes only as far as you can pay for it. And the prices are always increasing.
I suppose he did pay for you.
She gives you kind of a cold look. Says, I will be under.
Seem phased.
I will be out from under his slimy grip soon enough.
You're not very loyal.
She says, anyways, you should focus on finding some things out about the bidders. If your plan is to drive up the price at the auction, you'll want to have as much leverage as you can. It sounds like you've got the race figured out. Hopefully you can
Morgan.
win it. If not, we're going to have to figure out a different way to get you into the gala. That won't be easy. So
okay.
I advise you win the race.
Winning the race will not be easy either.
No, but if you find the right contacts and use the right subterfuge, I think you can increase your chances. And how about the security? Are you confident that you can get in and out of the museum when the time comes?
Not remotely.
I mean, they've got a couple cameras.
There are blind spots.
Blind spot.
So many blind spots.
So outside of character, I mean, he said something about. I wrote it down. A good place to hide. I mean, does it make sense if we actually like hide the gem somewhere in and then like just walk out and then come back later for it?
Or if you had a piece of equipment you wanted to hide there for later or something.
Yeah. So just throwing that out there. I'm gonna also put hide equipment there.
I feel like if we like hid the gem, like as soon as they notice it's missing, they're gonna be on high alert. So getting back in to retrieve it would be tough.
It's more like you could hide something there now that you may need later.
Right, and you could like access it with the gala or afterwards.
Like a
Is the
blaster.
gala taking place at the museum? Is it
Yes.
at a third location?
I assume so.
The gala is in that room that was locked to you guys when you went to visit.
So, I mean,
Room
if
with
we
the
get in the gala, then we may be able to leave something there for us later, or one of us can maybe hide there and just stay.
Or if we wanted to, well, yeah. So if we wanted to, well, are we stealing it during the gala or after the gala?
After the gala.
Yeah, shortly after. I
The
think.
goal is for them to buy the gem first, and then you're just going to steal it right from under their noses.
Double stoled.
Because the gala might be actually higher security than like just the museum right now. So we wanted to hide something. We wanted to do it now.
Put in the party sheet all the grenades I've made so far.
She could hide grenades all over the museum.
There's only 4.
Not seated though. She can't go back.
I mean, that's the same number of as our blind spots. So we put a grenade in each blind spot.
Perfect. 2 of them are sticky grenades. They're better against people because they have the ensnare ability, I think. And 2 of them are, I don't remember. Woozy grenades. That's it. I call them woozies because they do. They have disorient and knockdown. Wait,
Sorry. Go ahead.
was that not? I thought I was gonna do ion or something. I think I hadn't gotten that far. I think I was planning on making some ion grenades, maybe. That would just work against like electronics. If we were talking about maybe disabling security systems or something with a.
Like an EMP strike.
Ion
Yeah. Maybe.
Dane, the wing guard that the guy was talking about, is that just like the city guard or
Yes, that's the Cloud City Guard. It's employed by the Baron Administrator, and they're in charge of overall security for Cloud City.
Well, I'm gonna have to make some computer spikes tonight.
He says, "Oh, on that note, my father sent me with the account information for the dummy account he set up. Once you slice into the main central bank, this is where you'll send the funds." She hands the card over to you, H3.
Okay.
Make sure when the time comes, the funds go to that account. My father's already set up a feasible story as to why the funds would be there and why they would be withdrawn later.
Can I scan the card,
Yeah, sure.
see if it jives with what she's saying?
Yeah, it seems to be a legitimate looking account within the Cloud City Bank. that's under a false name that I haven't thought of right now.
Okay.
But yes.
Okay.
She says, very well then, it looks like you are on the right track. If you need anything else, feel free to contact me, and if you need something from my father, I will try to relay the message.
When we are successful with Heist 1 and Heist 2, how are my companions to be rewarded with their share?
A transfer of funds from this dummy account. If we split it properly, it shouldn't look suspicious.
Dane, out of character.
Yes.
How difficult would it be for H3 to just split the funds before they ever make it to the account?
That's going to be up to you guys.
All right, Andy, you should put that on your list.
Yeah, sure.
I trust these guys as much as I trust Ramen not to lose all of his money gambling.
You've been instructed to transfer the funds to this dummy account, and that is all the instruction that you've been given. What you do is up to you guys.
It probably would be easy for me to set up a splitting of the funds before it gets transferred to this account. He says out loud. He says it to her,
Oh, I see.
as in like offering information.
I'm hoping that you don't choose to do that, for if you do, things will not go well for you.
Oh, why?
It's our share, right?
It needs to go into the dummy account first if we are going to distribute it. We have it all planned out.
Why do I feel like I'm going to be standing here with my dick in my hands? I say point blank to her.
If you are concerned about the legitimacy of our deal, then perhaps now is the time to terminate this job.
No, I got a race to win.
So we want our share off the top. No skin off your back, but now you want to call it because of that?
No, I want to make sure that you all get your share. Sorry, Andy, is what you suggested that you could reroute it to reroute the shares to you guys before it gets to the main account? Is that what you're saying? Sorry. I just
think
make
usually
sure I
you
didn't
just split it beforehand.
So we
Split it
take our
before-
cut. They take
take
theirs.
your cut as you're transferring it, is what
Right,
you're basically saying, yeah. She says, no, I'm just worried that if we try to split the funds before they reach that dummy account, that is going to send some serious red flags. The buyer is going to buy the gem for a certain amount. And if that certain amount is not transferred in full to the account, initially at least, it may raise some eyebrows.
I mean, I guess we have insurance since we're gonna have the gem too, so can't get
There you
yours
are.
until we get ours. So I guess it's fine. Ra's already 2 bottles in. I gotta mark it off.
That's logical. It was only a suggestion.
Yes, well, this job, nobody's ever pulled something like this. We need to make sure that things go to plan as much as possible.
I'm sorry, I coughed there a little bit.
Anyways, I'll leave you all to it. Good evening. She's going to head out.
As she heads out, Usher says, Ramen, if you are suffering from excessive flatulence, I have medicine for that.
Robin stares blankly and then starts to laugh.
Oh no! I forgot to get a stick.
That's sick. I will say that you bought the necessary electronics that you needed, Andy,
To make a
You would
stick.
not have- to make a stick.
Make
Yeah.
one stick.
Make a Jedi stick.
To make a stick.
Oh,
Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking about the.
No,
Sorry, I thought you
no.
were talking about the computer stick. You're talking about an actual stick.
All the
Like,
Jedi like
I mean, but
stuff.
it's canon. He said you
Nah,
bought it, so
they're,
it's good.
they're sticks. You have a stick.
Nope,
you found
he
one
forgot.
random space stick.
It's canon. He forgot.
You got a stick.
Dane.
Yes.
I still have 4 strain for whatever. Can I
Yeah,
get rid of
that's
it?
gone. It's gone.
Okay, thanks. I mean, you know.
All right, and I think that's where we'll call it tonight. I apologize. I was not at my peak